Hey everybody, how's it going? I've got, once again, almost maxed out in what I can earn in motorsport dollars, so I gotta burn through some of that. And, well, Formula One Grand Prix events are pretty good way to take care of that issue. So, well, let's see if we can do that in this Belgian Grand Prix 2021 event. So this event requires PR 127.4 to 127.9, depending on the base PR, well, which team you choose. So if you start with a lower PR team, then your target would be lower. If you start with a higher PR team, your target would be equally higher. It's basically you need 12 PR point boost. And the tuning setups, there are, as always, 28 tuning setups available, or tuning steps available. And the maximum PR boost you're going to get from tuning setup here, the Belgian Grand Prix tuning setup, is 9.4. So obviously, we still have a deficit of some 2.6 PR points, which you're going to have to get from either leveling up your. Actually, you will have to level up driver XP and principal XP ideally, because otherwise you'll be spending a lot of gold if you rely surely on driver XP. And principal XP actually does not actually, even if you max out principal, you're not going to get enough PR boost to quite meet the PR requirement. So you're going to have to go with a both kind of combination of the two. And the cheapest way to get there is bring your driver XP up to level 4 and bring the principal XP, principal level up to 7. So driver to level 4, which will give you a 1.4 PR point boost, and principal level 7 will give you the other 1.2 PR point boost. So combined 2.6. Add that to 9.4 from tuning setup, you get the what's required 12 PR point boost. For driver XP, from this event alone, you are not gonna earn enough driver XP to bring the PR up to, or get the driver level up to level 4. So if you purchased one of the Formula One cars prior to starting this event and you kind of raced it in either the Champion Series or daily race, then you're able to build up that driver XP prior to starting this event. Because to get your driver level up to level 4, you're gonna need 12,000 driver XP. Otherwise, you would have to spend some 183,000 additional motorsport dollars to train the driver. And of course, to actually level up, you need to convert that XP with the gold to PR. So that is going to cost you 133 gold to bring your driver PR or driver level up to 4. And principal, well, it's basically the cheapest way to do this. So to bring your team principal level up to 7, the principal XP required is 1950 points, which isn't hard to get because, when you're going to get all 28 steps, tuning steps available here, which means each step rewards 150 principal XP. So you're going to be at like 4,200 or something like that, principal XP. So you got plenty there. And then once again, to convert that principal XP to actual level up with a PR, that's gonna cost you some 97 gold. So that is the combined total of 230 gold that you're spending on top of the motorsport dollars for tuning setup, which is going to be total of 3,313,100 motorsport dollars. So as I was saying, it's a pretty good way to burn through some of that excess motorsport dollars. Of course, you do get 250,000 of those motorsport dollars back, which is really not that much. And the event itself, the actual races themselves, you should be making about 300,000 or so back. And yes, since it is the actual race earning is over 250,000, it would be, if you don't want any of your race earnings to go to waste, then you can split the event into 2 separate days. Event itself, by the way, is pretty short. This one you can run through pretty quickly. They give you 3-hour instant service when you start the event. But yeah, the actual race time in this event is very, very short. There are some events that you can wrap up in under a minute, and we have like 2 or 3 goals that are really short like that. So actually, we have more than those. We have one of those like sector by sector goals, like when you have to complete a sector. Well, yeah, so you only complete a sector, you get rewarded for the full lap payment, right? So yeah, once we get to like stage 2, and in final stage, we have some surprisingly short goals spread throughout this event. So event itself shouldn't take too long. And if you want to kind of maximize the race earnings, you can go through pretty much the entirety of the event, and just except for the final 2 goals. So up to final stage goal 3, your race earning would be just under 250,000 or around 250,000. It should be right around there. So that's where I would probably stop on first day. And once the daily cap is reset for motorsport dollars, I'll just run through the final 2 goals, which should not even require you. You don't even need to use the instant service there, as long as before you finish the first day, you get it serviced. So that way, you can start fresh for the final 2 goals, right? Which does pay out actually quite well. It wouldn't take very long, but it'll pay well. So that's the important part, right? So, and of course, there's some 7,800 victory points to be won here as well, which is a nice chunk. All right, and of course, yeah, 50 gold you get in return as well. So the net cost is more like 180 gold. So without further ado, let's get started here. And for my stint on this account, I've got to race Kimi Räikkönen at some point, the Iceman himself. So that's who I'll be using here. And it says I own this car already, and I do. I just bought it with a discount, like what is that, 20% discount, that we earn with the victory points. So yeah, I use that to purchase this car, and since I bought it, I've been racing on daily races. So I haven't leveled him up yet, but as you can see, I already have racked up some 12,195 driver XP, which is just enough to get me to level up to driver level 4 right away at the very get-go. So, tuning setup, motorsport special events here, high speed and a corresponding grip value takes advantage of spa's long and deep turns. Right. And it's gonna be a 5-day event or 5-stage event. So plenty of time. So here we go. Starting with the stage 1, free practice 1 vehicle test. Right. And you know the drill. Let's start with, I guess, goal 1. And the 3-hour instant service and instant R&D on tuning setup. So let's run through these tuning setups first. There we go. And of course, the Alfa Romeo is one of the bottom rank in terms of PR here. So you can say it's perhaps going to be a little bit more challenging, but it should be fun. So anyway, burn through that motorsport dollars here as we max out the first category, which we have 9 steps. Look at that gearbox mapping. Let's continue on to power unit optimization. That's of course dealing with the acceleration, one of the more expensive categories. And we have 6 steps here. All right. Couple more. And yep, we already got enough Team Principal XP racked up already to get his level up. All right. And the next category, brakes calibration. We got 7 steps here, so let's take care of that as well. And regardless of how much motorsport dollars each of these tuning steps cost, Principal always earns the same exact amount of XP, 150 points. Although when you're leveling up, it says level 2. To get up to level 2, it's gonna cost 150. But as you climb up to higher level, that cost will, the amount of XP it takes to level up does go up. So it's not quite completely linear or stay the same. It will change, even though what we're earning is not changing. Right. Anyway, final category, suspension adjustment, which deals with the grip, the lateral grip. And we got 6 steps here. And we're almost there. One final tuning step here to max out. 4,225 comes from when I was racing this car in daily race. I installed one of the tuning setups. You know, since I got nothing otherwise. Anyway, so there you go. PR's up to now 124.9. Boost up 9.4 PR point boost from tuning setups, but obviously that's not gonna be enough. So let's level up Kimmy. So in order to get up to level 2, it's going to cost me 30 gold here. But we're going to go up to level 4. So level 3 will cost 42 gold, and the get up to the level 4 that we need, it'll cost us another 61. There we go. Now we're up to 126.3. Right. That's fine. And the remainder of deficit in PR here will pick up from principal level up. Alright, so level 2 is going to cost me 9 gold. And level 3 is going to cost me additional 11 gold. And level 4 will cost another 14 gold. And level 5 is going to cost me another 17 gold. Of course, you can, for team principal, you can actually allocate your boost in performance to whichever category you feel would benefit you more. So we got to get up to level 7. So we got 2 more. So I'm going to invest in acceleration and grip, because those are 2 elements Alfa Romeo does kind of suffer. So that brings my PR up to 127.5, which is what is the final requirement for this team. Actually, it's 0.1 PR point higher than what's required, at least according to what's published. So good enough. And look at that, it's a 0 lap race. This one pays like next to nothing. We just have to finish it. So, as they said, just get a feel for it. So here we go. Oh, that was close. I gotta remember that the tires are cold right now. And we're through the first goal. Minute 39, just under minute 40 for the first lap. And yeah, we get 324 driver XP since that was almost a full lap. But yeah, that was a 0 lap. So we get only 50 motorsport dollars. Yeah. And 10 fame points, I know. That's kind of annoying, huh? Anyway. There will be other goals where the shorter races that we get paid more for a shorter amount of time, so it's not a big deal. Let's continue on. And this one is one of those shorter goals where you just have to overtake 5 opponents. So we're starting right before the bus stop chicane, so you can cut across here, but I'm gonna try to do this the proper way. So 3 overtakes, 2 more to go. And then, of course, more time you spend on the racetrack, more driver XP you gain. And just like that, took just over 33 seconds for that effort. Whopping 91 driver XP. But we do get credited for a full lap's worth of motorsport dollars, earning 13,050. So yeah, that's good. I like those ratios. All right. And stage 1 does not have any PR requirement. So in a sense, even if you cannot afford all the upgrades or tuning setups, you can still earn some motorsport dollars and some victory points. Anywho, let's continue on. Goal 3. It's a single lap. It's gonna be a draft challenge. And don't run out of fuel, okay? So it says single lap, but this is the out lap, so it's closer to 2 full laps, huh? Oh, well, let's get the draft in here. We'll get behind Ricardo. There we go. I have no use for you now, Ricardo. And generally speaking, when you have a fuel management challenge, you just need to make sure you coast a bit more. Like this. And this lab we actually have, we started with a 60 units of fuel, and obviously we have more than half of that still left in the tank, so we won't run out of fuel at the rate we're going, which is good. Ooh. Oh yeah, we got plenty of fuel left over. Are we ranked here? 9th. That's disappointing. So that one did not pay as much as I'd like to have seen, but that's alright. You win some, you win some less. Alright. Brings us to the final goal of stage 1. Need to hit the top speed 5 times. 282. Should be pretty easy. There we go. And as soon as we cross that starting line, I think the goal ends, doesn't it? Oh no, we actually have to do the full lap. Never mind. Ooh. Man, maybe I should have put more onto the grip. This guy, top speed, does not really need much more help, you know? Maybe I should have just gone all in on the acceleration and grip. Oh well. That's fine. Still managed to score a win here. All right. Just over 30,000 motorsport dollars from the stage 1 earnings. All right. So, time to collect some rewards here for the stage completion, which isn't much. It's gonna pick up some victory points and 600 of it, and 10,000 motorsport dollars. And with those 600 extra victory points, do we reach the next level? No, not really. Anyway, we get to pick up the additional 10,000 motorsport dollars. So that'll bring my account balance to 1.7, just under 1.8 million. So anyway, we'll continue on to stage 2 in the next video. So stay tuned.